Take two.
Right. Ready, guys?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Now I am.
Welcome to the Blade and Bucky podcast. This is Blade.
And I'm Horatio, aka Bucky.
And today we are back with another episode, and today's episode is kind of a little exciting.
Yeah, we actually have a guest. Meet Naz.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, Naz is here with us. So, how are you today, Naz?
I'm doing great, guys. I'm glad to be here. How's everybody?
Yeah, we are always good.
Always
yeah,
good.
always.
Good.
Beer's flowing and...
Bucky is drinking, so he is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
and that hasn't changed in a long time. So, yeah, this episode's different, and it's going to be exciting, just like Blade said.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be talking about the hospitality industry and how it was affected during the last year.
Wait, first, we have to let our audience know that Naz is from the hospital industry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been in the hospitality industry for a little while, since basically 17 years old, and I'm well into my seasoned 30s now. So, yeah, I'm
That's
happy to
awesome.
answer some questions.
Hold on, you said early
Well,
30s? I think
well,
you're like
I
late
said-
30s
I
right
said well into my seasoned 30s. So,
I've actually known Naz
Mm-hmm.
for over a decade now,
At
which
least.
is scary.
I think it's closer to 13 or 14 years.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
unfortunate for him, but...
It's very unfortunate for me, but
I hear you.
Because I once worked in the hospitality industry myself.
Yes.
yeah, together actually, way back when.
When, drinking in the bars after hours was cool.
Was smoking
Always.
cigars in the restaurant bar
Yeah.
after close.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah.
not supposed to be smoking in there.
Yeah. He'd bring his humidor and we'd
Cool.
smoke cigars.
With, was it Scotty? I think.
Scotty, yes.
Yeah. many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
Many moons
We just
ago.
went way off topic on that one, and I expected that.
Yeah, that's actually awesome. Like, you know, like, sure, it's
All right.
always like, you know, talking about the old times and
Yeah.
all is always fun.
Okay, so we're gonna just start off with a bang here.
Okay, let's do it.
Not to mention the text I got from him when he got here.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah,
I was driving and parking, so I do not condone in driving and texting.
So yeah,
the
the,
message can come out a little different if you have a really
the
embarrassing typo.
first
yeah.
exactly the autocorrect are like, you know, it's sucks.
No, it wasn't
I know that.
autocorrect. I
no,
full on
you typed
misspelled
it.
that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the first text we got from him is like, I am hurt. Like, oh shit, then no
What
episode
kind of
is made.
show are you expecting?
Hey, I got invited. I didn't know. It was supposed to read, I'm here, because I arrived. And quickly, to my embarrassment, I quickly sent the
Oh my god.
correction. But it's good for a laugh. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we all are here today.
So first question we ask every guest we've had, which I think is 3. Have
Yeah.
you ever listened to our show?
Yeah. I've been a fan of your show. I know you've been doing it for a little while. I haven't had the pleasure of listening very much lately, but I know you guys have been doing it for a little while. So,
Yeah. So you're gonna listen to this episode.
oh yeah, 'cause I'm on, of course
Okay,
I'm,
that counts.
I'm on this one, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna listen
exactly.
to this one for
Featuring you. So what will be the first question, Bucky?
That was the first question.
That was the first question.
Okay,
Okay.
guys, thanks for having me.
First and last, let's go.
Came for the free beer.
Okay, so how long have you been in the hospitality industry?
I
I think we already asked
Yeah,
that.
well, I can answer it a bit more thoroughly. Like,
Okay.
I come from a family that's kind of a bit involved in hospitality. I, had a family that did some wedding catering. First time I ended up working for somebody outside of, my little bubble as a teenager. I worked as a dishwasher at 17 years old.
Yeah.
So obviously from there, I got out of the whole dishwashing thing, did a couple years of cooking, and then I ended up in the front of house. I started serving. Started off doing some busing.
Yeah.
Did the serving thing for a while, and at 19 years old, I was managing restaurants, and I've been doing that Pretty much most of my adult life. I think I took like a 3-year break from 2015 to 2018.
Yeah, that's
Got back into it. Did a stint at a restaurant bar downtown. And now I'm doing another whole different concept. I'm in the brunch game now. So still doing the restaurant thing. I love it. It's been a very odd time
Yes.
to be
Yeah.
in this industry. As anybody you can tell you who works in this industry, even people who don't work in this industry can see that we are going through some weird times right now.
That's
but
for sure.
without sounding pessimistic, this is something that's inevitable. Like things like this have happened before.
Yeah.
Pandemics have happened before. Unfortunately, eventually it might happen again. It just obviously
Hopefully
I'm
not
hoping.
in
Hopefully
in
not
our
one.
time
Hopefully
again.
not
Not
in
our
our
time,
lifetime or
soon,
anybody's
at least.
lifetime. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we're going to be a lot more prepared.
Yeah.
But again, like it's just a very odd time for everybody.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So, in your current situation, you do have the patio going, or
Yeah, we got the outdoor dining thing going on, which is
it helps,
saving
yeah.
grace for everybody.
Yeah.
We're here in Calgary,
Yeah.
Alberta, Canada, so like the weather changes
Every
so-
day.
yeah, every day. So it's
5
kind of,
minutes later,
and it's very
different.
early in the year. It's tomorrow's May 1st.
Yeah.
It's my mother's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, mother.
Oh.
Guys, say happy birthday to my
Happy
mom.
birthday!
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to
Mom.
Nancy.
That's tomorrow. But it's still very early in the year, so realistically, consistently having patio business is still not quite there yet in
Yeah.
the year. So we'll have a nice afternoon one day, and then it'll be pouring rain the next, and it's
Exactly.
it's still
today,
early.
Today is
Yeah.
such a beautiful day outside.
yeah,
and
it was like
tomorrow-
plus 22, and
Right.
tomorrow's supposed
Tomorrow
to.
is supposed to pour.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we need the rain actually. My
Yeah.
lawn looks like shit.
Just water your lawn and let us have
Water
our
your
patio.
lawn. Yeah, exactly.
They can hold umbrellas, drink a
Right.
beer. I've done it.
Sure you have.
You have done a lot of crazy things.
It'll be in the
brother.
middle of a hurricane.
And I'll
Yeah.
One hand will be like holding on
Holding
to a
up
rope as we
branches.
fly away.
Yeah.
The other hand will be like, with a beer. Like, I'm good.
That's true.
Okay, that
White
leads up,
knuckle.
that leads up to a follow-up question.
Yes.
So how has this affected you personally and mentally?
Me personally, it was. I'll trace you back all the way back to March 16th,
When everything happened,
2020. I remember I was working at an Irish pub restaurant.
Yeah.
Which it's downtown and it was a great place to work. We were ramping up for one of our biggest weekends because this took place
St.
over
Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
You've worked St. Patrick's Day in the past.
Oh, it's a gong show.
It's insane. So obviously restaurants, they stock up for the weekends, even if
Right.
it's not a St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
Most of our business is on the weekend, but also being the fact that this is basically our Super Bowl weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can imagine how much we've stocked up in draft beer, in food,
Yeah.
and staffing, all this stuff. And it was March 16th
When
the day
everything
before-
happened, yeah.
when everything had to shut down. I had the unfortunate task to close up on March 16th at a place that usually was open till 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, you know what I mean? It was 9 p.m. and I locked the doors, and without getting too emotional or anything like that, I'll be completely candid with you guys. I was scared, like
Yeah.
nobody knew what was going on.
Or
Nobody
what was
knew.
going to happen after the fact.
Right.
It felt very apocalyptic in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was working with one other manager, and him and I were such great co-workers. We
Oh,
got
I
along
think I
really
know
well.
the same one. We used to work with him back in Jameson's, didn't we?
No. This is a new guy. This
Yeah.
guy is. I worked with him at this just recently, just for the year leading up to this lockdown, and him and I were told just by the ownership, still come into work. That we had a lot to do to shut down a restaurant. It's not like turning a light switch off.
Yeah.
No,
we have
lot of things,
No,
right?
you have food
And we
to
didn't-
get
we-
rid of, and
We were in an unfortunate position where we were in between having a chef working with us.
yeah.
So 2 front of house managers with little to no kitchen experience had to basically close down like not like permanently, but
still,
temporarily closed down the kitchen.
Like
We didn't
empty
know-
the fryers,
we had to-
all that stuff.
all
yeah.
this stuff. We had to go through all our product and find out what's going to go bad, this and that. I learned so much about back a house,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool.
That's complicated.
It's complicated,
Yeah.
because I only spent a couple of years cooking, when I was
Yeah,
like
and
20 years old.
There's maybe a day or two I sat there and trained them if I got in the weeds and stuff.
way back when. Yeah,
Way back when.
But again, like him and I both showed up the next day, and I remember him and I were sitting in this empty restaurant, and this is before the ownership came to address the situation, because we honestly we were scared, didn't know what was happening, and
also nobody was prepared too, right? So
nobody knew what was
No.
happening, man. Like
and how long
all of a
it's going to be
sudden-
closed and all that.
all all of a sudden this restaurant was on a main street in downtown, and I remember getting to work, parking my car and walking, and it was. You ever watch like 28 Days Later?
Yeah, deserted.
When it's
completely.
deserted?
Yeah.
I'm walking to work. I got a mask on, and I'm terrified. I don't
Yeah.
know what's happening. We spent days and days and days together with the one of the owners and the other manager, and we just we were there for each other. We actually really did quite a bit of bonding, because we were we were required to get this business prepared to temporarily close for a little while.
So that helped with the mental state. You had other people to talk to. Yeah.
I remember some days we'd get together, and the three of us would be sitting down like the three of us are right now, and just we all have personal lives that were affected by this, and it was tough. Like I had a very tough situation outside of the business, and as did the other two guys.
Yeah.
So sometimes we would just sit and just shoot the shit,
Yeah.
and almost like it was like group therapy.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know. And like I remember we got a bunch of food together for some staff just to come pick up if they wanted. We were all just scared. And I remember one day I went grocery shopping. Like I didn't even know how much I spent, but I showed up at my mom's house to stock up her house.
Yeah.
And I said, "Mom, just stay inside." Nobody knew what was happening.
Oh yeah.
So for me, initially, it was fear, because it was so many unanswered questions. It felt very apocalyptic. Being without work really, what sucks for a lot of people. I was lucky enough that the three of us were able to keep ourselves on a salary,
Yeah.
but we were trying everything we could, like
to help the other.
like trying to maybe we'll do takeout this and take out that, and
Yeah.
we'll do this on special, and we'll try and I'll be honest, it wasn't very successful. Like takeout for us, the restaurant I was in wasn't very much a very takeout
place.
place.
Yeah.
You know what I
A
mean?
lot
Like,
of
like-
pubs and
yeah,
restaurants have gone.
it was
in
an
that
Irish
direction
pub
now.
restaurant, and it was. I loved the 2.5 years, almost 3 years that I worked there. I loved it. Ownership was great. The GM owner I still consider him a friend.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like at first it wasn't there, because people had so much more options. Skip the dishes. We weren't
Yeah.
quite on
Right.
there
And
just yet.
Uber Eats and then
And
there's
Uber Eats and
DoorDash.
And the thing is, like, because we're downtown and where we're located, we'd rely a lot on a foot traffic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nobody was walking around.
Oh, exactly.
It was very scary, and the longer it went on, it just like the redundancy, or not the redundancy, the don't even really know the word for it, like the boring, just nothing happening in
is
your
happening.
life,
It's
sitting
empty
and
and
sitting
all,
around
right.
waiting, and like
Yeah.
it got very it was very testing for me. I was so eager to get back to work, and we had to lay off everybody except for the three of us, just so we tried to operate, doing takeout and stuff like that. But it was tough, like not knowing when my next real paycheck's coming in. Like my pay went from whatever it was down to like a huge loss. Like
Yeah.
a lot of restaurant people, they rely on not so much commission, but they rely on sales to
Yeah.
make
Right.
like you have a
Yeah.
base
And
salary.
a lot, if they're good service and everything, their tips pay
Tips
for
and
their
all.
raises.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
And like a lot of them had CERB, which is great. I didn't do the CERB thing. I didn't get any government help whatsoever because I was lucky enough to stay on salary, but my salary was, affected quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And it just got worrisome because, we all have bills, like,
Of course.
and we all have plans. Like in April, I was supposed to be in Mexico with Chetty,
Oh, yeah.
like some buddies of mine. And that I haven't been on a vacation now since January of 2019.
Oh wow.
Wow. Same
Right,
actually,
so-
same over here. Not same because 2020 I actually got a chance to go to States before the pandemic.
Where'd you go?
I went to Orlando with my wife
nice.
and all. So yeah,
that was
Orlando,
his
Miami,
honeymoon.
and all. Yeah, it was actually our honeymoon. We are supposed to go to Italy, but Italy was completely
was in
under
bad
lockdown.
shape.
Yeah,
It was bad
completely
shape
locked
that
down.
time.
Way before everybody else.
And
Yeah.
people were scared back at that time when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Everybody was scared and
Yeah.
scared of getting sick, scared of all the crises, and like people were lining up only on the grocery stores just to
Yeah.
get
Oh,
hand
yeah.
sanitizers
Well, it was
and toilet papers and
Toilet
all
paper
Oh,
was the
toilet
first
paper
one, and
crisis
then what
of
did it go to?
2020. That was the
That's
best
what-
thing in the fucking world.
It was toilet paper, and then it went to like,
Cleaning products.
and then it went to hair products,
sanitizer.
and then it went to hair products because people were like, oh well,
Do
people
my hair
who color
and
their
shit.
hair. They're like,
Yeah.
well, if the salons are closed, I need to,
like
I've had the
keep
same
my roots
haircut
looking good or
for
whatever.
over a year now. I haven't been to a barber in over a year. I cut my own hair now.
Yeah, this is the longest
Yeah,
I've had my
awesome.
hair. Well, you've
Oh,
known me
dude.
for a long time. Like,
I've never had my hair this long.
this is COVID chic.
Oh, it
COVID
is.
shake, right?
Yeah.
COVID chic. This is the look. We all
Like,
look like
I
we've
can
been in the Walking
Head
Dead
bang
for-
out properly and yeah. But yeah, I just got a memory on Facebook saying, and it showed a picture of me with fresh cut. It's like COVID cut.
COVID
Yeah.
card, yeah. Then COVID card
And
hashtag
I-
COVID
I've never
card
seen
came.
you with the
Oh,
beard.
beard.
either.
I started this in July.
That's
Oh,
Bucky's wife.
2020?
yeah.
That's
This
Bucky's.
is like maybe a couple months for me.
This is my trademark right here.
Yeah, that is Bucky's Viking look right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Like
can get
it.
it braided and yeah.
Beads.
Yeah.
Go for some beads.
Beads, yeah.
But yeah, I think in the beginning it was scared, and
Yeah,
then
everybody was
once
scared,
everybody
actually.
got an idea, it was a lot of impatience because we all wanted the problem to get
Yeah.
fixed. Everybody's been looking forward to things to go back to normal, but my opinion is that like
There will be
like,
no
the,
no-
the,
no
the
normal.
new
No.
normal is going to be a lot different from what our normal was
It used to
before.
be, right.
Because how can you be okay with things like like
Even shaking someone's hand, I still
Yeah.
have issues with that now.
Yeah,
It's
like-
someone's like, "Oh, hi." I'm
when
like,
is a restaurant going
uh,
to say, okay, we're not going to clean our tables as much as we were?
We-
They're always
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah.
So like it's the food industry, every industry I think is going to be a lot different moving forward because how can you condone not being clean?
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like now our whole new idea of what clean is like I'm not gonna be okay with going to like a sandwich shop
and seeing someone without gloves
Yeah,
working on a
I
sandwich.
expect that now.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm content and happy to see those kind of measures in place.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, let's go back to normal so we can be dirty again.
No,
Like
I understand. Yeah.
making food, mass producing food and drinks for people. People are ingesting this stuff.
Oh yeah, and that
I
was
have some
most-
friends of mine
Should
in the
always
food processing
Be like
business,
that, yeah.
and it's a massive. I think it's national, and I think there's some locations in the state. Again, I can't at liberty to say the company. Massive company, and it's food processing. They deal with dairy, things like that. They take things so seriously there, and I got to see it firsthand. That they, they're everybody's wearing like PPE from head to toe.
Right.
And this is pre-lockdown. Their food before it's going out.
Yeah.
This is a food processing plant. It's all processed food, and they're going through metal detectors. They're going through cleanliness detecting. and
Yeah.
all this stuff, and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And I get it. Like in a sandwich shop, it's just a guy making a sandwich. He's not like doesn't have metal detectors and all this stuff, but do what you can.
But when was
Right.
the last time
Do
this
your
guy
best.
washed his
Wear
hands?
gloves.
Or,
Wear
yeah.
gloves.
Wear
yeah,
gloves.
wear
Like
gloves.
I expect that. Like the restaurant industry, I think is going to be a lot different. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in like like movie theaters, stuff like that. You know, like,
yeah, I've been dying to see a movie. I think the last movie I actually saw was.
Is it with me?
I think it was with you. The Avengers.
oh, sick.
Civil War. Or
I went to
like
go
that.
see. I was at East Hills with my girlfriend.
Or
we
was
went
it
to go see
Deadpool?
The Gentleman.
Okay,
With Beth
yeah.
Or
Orton.
I think it might have been Deadpool too.
Could be, yeah. It could be. Oh yeah.
I
It's
think that was the
Deadpool
last
2.
one.
That's
Deadpool
how
2.
long ago? No.
Oh fuck, 2019.
2019.
Yeah, I went to a movie. I think it was in summer, when things kind of reopened a little while.
Right, yeah.
But everything was like different. You know, like people were
Social
lining up a certain
distancing,
way.
yeah.
Like you couldn't. Like you know, like
No
they
one
didn't
can
have.
sit beside you. Like they are always like.
And I get it.
2-6.
That's for cleanliness, but I think moving to a position where strangers can be around each other
That's
would be nice.
Yeah.
But when it comes to food and like beverages and
Of
like
course.
going to get your hair cut, going to any services, anything like that, if there's a way to do it cleaner, they should.
It
Oh,
should
yeah, that
always,
should have
yeah.
been like that to begin with.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
like nowadays, and I'll be honest with you, I know people in any position in any industry where they're required to wash their hands, maybe minus healthcare.
Yeah.
I'm almost confident to say that they're maybe not washing their hands as thoroughly or as
Yeah.
much as they should.
I use a lot of
And-
sanitizer at work, so
Yeah.
that
Like things were
Helps.
way too relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, like now it's ingrained in everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And it should be, and it always like maybe not just washing hands, but like the cleaning protocol
yeah.
of a restaurant and a bar now is up here.
And so-
Whereas before it was like
It was
adequate,
up there
but
over
now
there, right?
adequate's not good enough.
Right.
And I don't want to go to a restaurant that's adequately clean. I want to go to a restaurant that's clean so I don't have to worry about it. That's why you're paying top dollar for, you know, like, for the comfort of being in a restaurant, right?
Right.
Like I'm not very comfortable sitting in a restaurant that's filthy.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that's not me just as an industry person, but like, how would you like to sit? Let's say you walk into a food court.
Yeah.
There's open tables. There's clean ones, and there's ones that are filthy with garbage all over them.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go sit?
Of course.
That and
Next to
people
the
actually have
dirty
to take
tables or next to the-
responsibility for their tables as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Clean up your garbage.
yeah, and it's like
People have been actually doing really good, because I think because of all these things, people are taking care of hand sanitizing, hand washing, and all
Yeah.
those things. That's why, guys, like last year, our normal flu and stuffs, it
it
went
was
down.
hard. It was hard to tell who had the flu and who had
well,
COVID.
apparently there was no actual flus reported.
reported.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Everybody was scared, and that's why they were going
Social
through all the
distancing.
Yeah.
sanitization and
Yeah.
all those things. That actually
I
helped,
always
right?
social distance to begin with. It's like fuck
I was
people.
socially distancing before it was even cool.
Exactly.
Right.
My idea of a good night is sitting in front of the TV playing a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing.
I was
like-
able to do it a little bit more because I didn't have people around.
And I was always kind of the same. I was always very introverted, but I find one thing that's happened to me over the year plus of COVID is I've realized that I've always liked my alone time. I like to hang out with my dogs and
Yeah.
or just hang out with my girlfriend or like just a very few people or whatever. Now I'm at that point where I miss seeing a crowd. I miss seeing a busy restaurant. I
Right,
miss seeing
exactly, yeah.
a busy Saddle Dome on a Flames game or like
Well, but
a
it's the
Stamps
Flames, so-
game or something like that. I know, but it's the Flames. You can't ask for everything. Just a hockey team of some kind,
Yeah,
of
right.
any caliber.
But right now in the States, they're having packed stadiums right now. I don't know.
Oh,
how
yeah.
the-
States, let's not get over there.
Yeah.
But States,
That's
everything is
hot
different
spots
over
waiting to
there.
happen right there.
Yeah,
But they're actually mass vaccinating right now.
Yeah, that's true. And
and
And Canada's kind of shit the bed on that one.
yeah,
it's
it's
It
peculiar
started.
to me.
it's
that-
starting, but
Yeah,
4
but-
months too late, 5 months too late.
about 2.5, 3 months ago, I was doing some reading, and I was curious to see all the other countries'
Oh, we're
success
near the
rate at vaccinations. And at that time, we had like maybe 90,000 people vaccinated
Yeah.
in all of Canada
bottom. Yeah, which
of
is,
30 plus million people. United Arab Emirates has 9.75 million people or 9.5 million, I forget.
Yeah.
At that time, over 50% of their population was already vaccinated.
oh, and
Right.
UK just opened up everything like last week.
Yeah.
because they're completely vaccinated.
Vaccinated.
Yep.
It's coming, but also like our healthcare is free. In states they are not, so they are actually paying for the vaccine.
They have
Right.
Obamacare,
Yeah, they
so
do
it's
have
not they're
But-
not really paying for it now. They're actually giving the shots away.
Yeah.
So they're not paying for the shots.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But some of my friends actually got it, and they actually had to pay for it.
Okay,
So maybe
that's
like
weird because when they go they fill stadiums with the vaccine and have people go through the stadiums. I'm pretty sure none of those people are paying.
are
for
paying for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
Who knows what's happening
yeah,
in the
exactly.
states?
Apparently, I think Moderna or Pfizer, I forget which one of them is just created a pill
Oh really?
Oh,
that they can take. Somebody could take
Wow.
at the beginning of the onset of any symptoms.
oh, that's good.
Okay, that's actually.
That's what I heard on the radio. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure which was.
Well,
and
Yeah, we're
again, that's
hearing-
gonna have to go how much time in through like
Right.
Yeah.
FDA and
Well, the last
all
thing
that
I
stuff.
heard on the radio here in Calgary was we might have a curfew coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never listened to my curfew growing up. I'm not about to listen
I
to it now.
snuck out so many times.
But so many actually like see so
I
many.
don't know how they police it for one.
Well, they're not policing anything, really. Well, not
The
anything, but like there's a
I've
lot
seen
that
a couple
come up.
mask tickets handed out.
Yeah.
It's
One happened at our workplace too. So yeah.
if next time it's like plus 20 out, I want you guys to walk down 17th Ave. Tell me what
I
you
know.
guys see.
Yeah.
I'm
I know.
still
I
working
have
the
been
restaurant
there.
business. I'm working somewhere that's a far away from 17th. It's in a residential area. It's quiet. We have a great clientele who abide by the rules that we remind them about. We have a great staff, this and that. But you go down 17th Ave and people aren't supposed to mingle tables, but people are sitting right up to the close to the street with a little skinny little rope,
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
people standing on the outside of the rope just shooting the shit with them.
And,
And nobody's saying anything. Cops are walking around. Nobody's saying anything. People are going out where they're supposed to be just within the same household, and they're not.
They're not. Right.
There's a lot that's not being policed. It's not being
dealt with.
dealt with.
Yeah.
And that's what's scary is that like you're gonna keep changing the rules, saying, oh, we're gonna this is this fine or this is gonna be that fine, and
Yeah.
I'm not seeing very
You
much.
shouldn't actually hit one person and then not hit the other
Not to
person.
hit the other one.
And that's the thing, like
Yeah.
it shouldn't like. It's tough to say to I think it's tough to say to a bylaw officer. It needs to be black
Zero
and white.
tolerance kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it seems like it all depends on like the mood or the situation. Like, like nothing's black and white where it should be. Like if you want to say no, this isn't allowed, this isn't allowed, this isn't allowed, it can't be.
And also, like I
Just
feel like
ignored.
and I feel like every province has got like different rules too. Cause
Oh yeah.
right
Yeah.
as of now, like I know like there are several provinces they're actually under real lockdown, right? Like
Yeah,
they have a
what's
curfew,
happening
they
in
have-
Ontario
Yeah.
is insane. India, what's happening in India?
Oh.
India is like it's
Yeah,
a
because they're
crazy
like
time.
300,000
340,000 every day.
every
That's
day.
what's happening.
So, but
And that's-
again, you got to look at it as a ratio, and I'm not downplaying what's happening in
Yeah.
India, but India's over 1 billion people.
Yeah.
So
There's no.
if India's in that bad a shape, we're in pretty bad shape too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we can't be like,
That's
oh
why I
well,
was like,
things are
oh,
not that
New
bad here. Look at
Zealand-
India.
New
We're
Zealand doesn't
pretty much
have
the
that
same
many
spot.
cases,
Yeah.
but look at the ratio of people of New Zealand to Canada, or New Zealand to the States.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like no
tiny.
wonder they did so well. They're
Yeah.
able to
Well, of
vaccinate
course,
their people.
of course,
They shut
yeah.
down their country.
Yeah,
Like they're still not allowing
And-
outsiders in. Neither is Australia.
yeah,
That's why they're on top of this shit.
yeah.
Kind of scary, but
It is.
Yeah, it's definitely like
especially
is
with the
like-
new strains coming out.
this is going to be like textbook studied
Oh yeah,
type of history
and
100 years from now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
that's
We're
true.
living it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's weird, but shit like this part.
Oh, yeah.
Shit like this has to happen eventually, because
The
it's
last one was the Spanish flu,
yeah, and like
and that destroyed like per capita nowadays, it's actually it was
It
worse
was
than
worse before, yeah.
what we're
Then
dealing with
yes,
right now.
Right, right.
But you know
That's
what?
true.
What I always thought about is that like right now we live in a world that's like, okay, let's just I believe the coronavirus is real. I'll be honest with you guys. I had COVID in October. I had to to isolate for like 14 days. Not fun. I was unfortunately one of the ones who didn't have an asymptomatic version. I thought I was gonna die.
You lost your taste and
everything. No, but taste and smell was gone. But it was like body aches. It was
Headache
weak.
and
I couldn't for me to get up off of like, let's say, my living room couch to 50 feet away into my kitchen. It took me it felt like half an hour because I was like walking like I was the sickest I've ever been my entire life.
And before COVID even started, that was me in December of 2019.
And that could have been a type of coronavirus.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, we never know because that time
Because
nobody
that
knew
was the
about
sickest
COVID.
I've ever been. I couldn't move.
And this is what like people don't realize that like coronavirus is not a one. Like there's so many different coronaviruses.
Oh yeah.
There's
Like,
a lot
that's
of very different variants.
COVID-19 is a specific coronavirus.
It was named
Right.
after the year.
Coronaviruses have been around forever.
Yeah.
So back to what my point is that I would love to have seen how the world would have dealt with the initial arrival of the regular cold and flu.
Yeah.
If the media that we have now was there back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because
they would show everything back then.
Yeah,
like JFK got a bullet to the head, and it was live on TV.
Yeah, but what my point is that like the COVID-19, it's right now we have a media that's like I don't want to get too far into it, but we have a media that's a fear-mongering media. They are.
That's true.
Any educated person can watch the news and say, let's tone it down a little bit. Like my personal opinion, the whole blood clot thing sucks, but at the same time, it's happening 1 out of like 5 million or whatever.
And that's why I try to explain to people. And
so I believe that the media is definitely
hurting the cause
in a way, because it creates a lot more fear than needs to be.
Yeah.
So the cold and flu that happened, let's say it was 1800.
Yeah.
There was no CNN back then, making everything look worse than it really is. There was no mass media. There was no fake news. There wasn't all this stuff. What if there was? Would there be this kind of hysteria back then?
No, even during
because
the Black
it
Plague,
was just something that happened.
We heard word there's something happening here. We're going to send these people over here to save them. Yeah,
it's something that happened. It's something that people live with. People live with the cold and flu, and guess what? It looks like we're going to be in a world now where we have to live with the cold and flu, and then we have to live with COVID as well.
Yeah,
right.
It's not going to go anywhere. I think we're just basically in the same spot they were hundreds of years ago when the first cold and flu came about. But we also have a media making us more scared than we should be.
Yeah,
that's true.
The numbers are bad. People are dying, but people are dying in so many different ways as well. But the thing is, we weren't prepared.
No,
I really wish we were more prepared.
Very underprepared.
There could have been a lot more lives not lost. Or saved.
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying COVID because it's terrible and a lot of people have been dying, but that's just our failure at being prepared. Because I think we could have been a lot more prepared.
Oh, yeah.
And I think some countries' reactions
were a lot better than ours.
Were a lot better than others, and some of them were you got to really question things. You know what I mean? It's I feel bad for politicians because
was money more important than actually the people that voted you in?
Well, that and even the doctors don't know.
Yeah.
Bill Gates has been warning about a possible, the next big thing would be a virus. We should have been more prepared.
Oh, even George Bush Jr. there. Back in 2000 whatever, he said he read a book, and I was surprised he actually read a book.
Which book?
It was about a pandemic, so he set up all these plans, and he even said, this is going to happen. So we're going to put in place this, this, and this. And I was like, wow, good for you, George W. I didn't expect that from you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this whole thing. It's sucks. And
It sucks. Whatever it is, it really it's really bad. It
Yeah.
has affected like a lot of people in many different ways,
Yeah.
and it's still happening to different parts of the
Yeah.
world. Is so
had we have collectively as a race been more prepared, there wouldn't be as many people dying.
No.
yeah, that's true.
Because we should have never had to been this affected by something that we could have prepared for.
Yeah. We were kept in the
Yeah.
dark for a
For a long
time.
time. For a long time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
And
like
that's,
again, like,
that's different governments working against each other because they don't trust each other. And
and I think
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know, like, it's all you can really say is that like this is just a strange time right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have anybody think incorrectly about my opinion. Like I believe COVID is terrible,
yeah.
No, every
and
opinion
like I said, I've had it.
is-
It's killing a lot of
Yeah.
people, but we should have been more prepared.
Yes.
That's all
That's
I'm saying.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
No, totally agree.
Totally
Yeah.
agreed. Right.
Yeah.
So what's
Oh,
the
that he basically answered
Basically
every
covered
question
every
I
question,
thought.
right? Yes.
Don't have to, don't have to even ask questions because all the questions are covered.
That was
That's
actually
awesome.
a nice, deep conversation. That's like probably the deepest conversation we
We
actually
had
had
or-
on the show.
And
That we
it's-
remember. That we'll remember.
And
Oh no, it's
It's
On
recorded
there
for
now.
this reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's the most serious episode too, right? In
Oh,
Blade
yeah,
and Bucky,
exactly.
we actually
Well, how
don't
did
have
how
any-
did COVID and all the shutdowns affect you guys?
we actually started this in pandemic.
Yeah,
To be
it started
honest.
in the pandemic,
Yeah.
but it was just him and
So,
me.
yeah,
Sitting-
nobody else
sitting
there.
there.
2020 has affected a lot of people, like
But it was something
negatively,
Yeah.
and
And
2020 for me it was tough, but I had so many new beginnings. Like I met my
Exactly.
beautiful girlfriend who I love. I had got a second dog, so I got a little
Yeah.
family. I got my girlfriend and my two dogs. I started a new job. I bought myself a new car for my birthday. I had
Awesome.
fantastic holidays with my girlfriend. She threw a fantastic birthday party for me. There's just the two of us because restaurants
a
were
lot of
closed.
positive things.
So
right?
we really we made the most out of it. And honestly, when it comes down to it, like
It was a curse
to
and
get
a blessing.
through,
Yeah.
like to get through a pandemic like this, like as long as you have loved ones, you can get through anything.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
I
That's
was
true.
with, it was her and me this entire time, and the dogs, and we had a fantastic 2020. We have high hopes for 2021. It's already almost May, and we
Yeah.
have everybody's got a vaccine that's coming around soon.
At least
and,
this year, everybody is kind of prepared mentally, and things are
Yeah.
happening. Like
Yeah.
restaurants last year, they also didn't have any options for opening a patio and run the
No,
business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And it's,
exactly.
you know how nice it is to go. Like the first time I got to go out for like a nice meal and a cold pint of beer and a
Yeah.
pub.
Right? Yeah.
You know, like I love pub food. I love Italian food. I
Oh
love
yeah.
Mexican.
So-
I
so
love
do
going
we.
to restaurants. You can ask my girlfriend and I. We love going to restaurants. We go to restaurants quite often. And it was just so nice to feel a little normal again. Obviously, going to a restaurant is a lot different now. You know, we
Yeah.
have partitions everywhere and everything's socially distanced and this and that. But eventually, I think the social distancing is going to go away.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. I like it.
Like the social distancing will go away, but I think people will be more cognizant that if you're sick,
Right.
Just don't touch
socially
me.
distant.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to sit next to a total stranger in a movie theater, or
Yeah.
sit next to a total stranger at a hockey game, make a
Or
friend.
even
But
at
they
a pub
are
at the
for,
bar.
I used to go watch football at this quarter little pub at my house once in a while.
Yeah.
And I go there and I knew the guys who, you know, they're all old guys and they're all retired and stuff, but I'd go say hi to them and they're, you know, once in a while, it's nice having,
Yeah.
just seeing the public and becoming
Yeah.
friends with people and you meet people, right?
Yeah,
And,
you meet people every
and
time,
that's what
right?
I'm looking forward to the most, but I think all the cleaning protocols are going to stay the same in restaurants, which they should.
Yeah.
Masks, maybe masks will be mandatory in kitchens. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think
I
it needs to,
feel-
but
Yeah, but
you know,
I feel the mask will be
I hope it's not a permanent thing.
Well, in
At
some,
least for 5 years, I can.
I
I
can
agree.
see
Some,
that, I can
some
see that,
countries in around China and in like the Asian the continent Asia, a lot of groups of people still periodically wear masks.
I even
It's-
saw that
yeah.
here
In,
before everything happened.
In China, before all this COVID and all, they were like, they have been wearing masks forever
because it's
of
overly
their
polluted.
it's overly polluted, and their so many industries
Yeah.
and stuff. It's
Yeah.
very
And I'll be
smoky
honest,
and very.
Yeah, like we live in Calgary. We had a real cold winter. I got 2 dogs. I gotta walk.
Oh yeah, the mask actually helps.
The mask actually keeps your
I don't
face
have to wear a
warm. So,
scarf.
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
there
I
is
can
some
sh-
plus to the mask thing,
Yeah.
but like I think that could go away. But like all the cleaning protocols are gonna stay the same. I can't wait to go to a nice restaurant without the plastic everywhere, so you don't feel like you're sitting in a penalty box. You know, so
I am coming
I
from
spent a lot of time in
the
penalty
music
boxes when I played
business.
hockey.
that's true. There you go.
Yeah.
So you're right at home. then.
Yeah.
I am coming actually from the music business, and as we all know, like COVID has like really
Put a
destroyed.
kibosh on it,
It's
yeah.
destroyed
like-
the music industry.
Like the live music industry here in Calgary, I know so a lot of single performers who
Mhm.
they'll have shows at this bar or this pub, and
Yeah.
like some of them, I knew some of them that was their livelihood. That was it. I have some acquaintances that I know, and I have them on Facebook if they're listening, because I'm sure this is gonna get posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
Their livelihood. Like I have one guy, he's right from Scotland, and he's moved here. He's a musician, and that's all he does. What does he do now?
Exactly. And
Like,
also think about the sound guys, the light guys.
all
like,
the
all they always get contracts, right? Every
Yeah.
time there's a show, they are getting the contract.
There's nothing available now, so
And that's their bread and
No,
butter.
what you have to do now is go on a street corner with a generator and your amps
So-
and play.
Yeah, those things, and also like
But you need like a busking license for that.
no,
but-
even
you need a license
I-
for everything.
Yeah.
I came to know, I don't know how true it is though, but some of the venues, they are actually doing like drive-in concerts, like where people
Yeah.
will be watching the concerts.
There's
Sit in the
there's
car.
one one classical orchestra that's doing one by candlelight outside somewhere. I forget.
Yeah.
I saw it on Facebook.
I heard like Greygull Casino is actually building a
Amphitheater kind of thing.
it's like an
Yeah.
outdoor stage so that people
You
can
go check it out.
yeah people can it will take time, of course.
Yeah.
Not going
Yeah.
to happen by this year, but most probably next year.
Yeah.
So people will be like they can do drive-in concerts, sitting in the car and watch the concert,
Yeah,
something like that. So they're making
like the old
a-
drive-ins. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I miss those.
I love it, man. Like I
I don't know why I was
drive-in
always the
movies,
one in the
remember?
trunk though. Like fuck.
Bucky, do you remember the drive-in movies were also like the
Yeah.
carpool movies and all those things.
When you'd hook
back in
up the
day.
thing to your antenna, so
Yeah.
you listen to it on the AM radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my dad, when I was a kid, they took us to, I still remember, I don't know why, because it's such an obscure movie, but we watched A Fish Called Wanda.
That's not obscure. That's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, but I
John
remember
Cleese.
my dad,
Yeah.
I remember my dad going outside, grabbing that little clamp,
Yeah.
hooking it on the antenna, and he cranks it up on the AM radio, and I'm like, this movie, come on, like, I went to sleep in the back seat.
Oh.
I'm like, this is not a cartoon. But back then they had a short cartoon.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
Yeah, they gotta bring that back.
Yeah, and I think they are. I heard
Like, it was
a
like a
little while
8-minute,
ago
like,
they were
it-
opening up drive-in theaters again.
Yeah, they got like an 8-minute like Looney Tunes cartoon, like a Bugs Bunny
Yeah.
cartoon, and then they go to the movie.
Right. And
I just remember it's like the little dancing guys. Go get your food, and it's like dancing hot
We're all
dog
going
and-
to the lobby. Yeah.
See, you can sing.
I cannot. I'm sure the viewers can be like, no, that's
You have
not.
to sing
that's
it at
not-
the end of the. That's how we are going to
Actually,
end
you know
the
what?
episode.
Bucky and I are gonna do a duet then.
A duet.
How's
Do
that?
it. Yeah, there you go.
Sonny and Cher. I'll
There
be
you
Sonny,
go.
you
There
be
you go,
Cher.
Bucky.
Bitch. I was going to tap my nose.
That's too late. I'm Sonny or Cher. That's it. I got you.
Sorry.
got you,
All right.
All right, so, dude, this has actually been a great episode.
Yeah, it's fun just to shoot the shit with you. I haven't seen you in I don't know how many years, and I honestly miss you. And it's so good to finally get together. I know there's been times we're trying to get together and have a few beers and stuff, but
And
here we are. So
he ditches me, I ditch him. But yeah.
but we knew love would bring us back together.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's all we want.
All right, so that
That's
was
about it.
Naz.
That's-
And
Yeah, I'll hope to maybe see you guys again because you can
oh
shoot
yeah,
the
we'll
time
definitely
Of
bring you
course.
when
back.
the restaurants are open again. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
We
Then
hope
we
to
will
be
come up
doing-
with a new episode and like.
Yeah, we
yeah,
hope to be
let's do
doing
that.
some live episodes at some point. So
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be involved. Thank you for having me.
no problem.
No problem.
So we're
So
just
when
gonna
is
end
the
it right
singing
here.
starting?
Are we-
You guys are going to sing or do it,
No,
right?
no. That's on the next episode. The next episode.
Okay.
You're gonna have to check us out another time. No, it's gotta be a cliffhanger ending. You gotta keep it real. You're gonna have to tune in again for that.
All right.
So follow us
So-
on social media like Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram.
TikTok.
Yes, we're on
Oh,
TikTok.
yes, on TikTok now. Okay.
Yeah.
We are.
It's just me and Deadpool mask basically.
But
Promoting
still,
your-
You don't need anything more than that.
Oh, exactly.
That's awesome.
So that's it.
That's it. That's it, folks.
That's all.
Thank you very much, guys.
Konnichiwa. Fuck off. All that shit. Where's the stop button?